You have got to stay ahead of the curve when it comes to wrestling, otherwise you turn into a square. That's right. It's also something the very best of the industry have preached for years, so why don't we go through all of 2023 with me, Simon What Culture. Please do subscribe and look at the 10 most shocking transformations to attend Juice Robinson. So Juice Robinson had been teasing this for a while, but if you do go through his career in NXT and New Japan, you would never call him insane. Then he arrived in AEW, and well, you could absolutely use that term. Because Robinson has just gone absolutely crazy ever since signing with All Elite Wrestling, to the point he has become meme-worthy, and often during his matches, not only does he say really funny stuff, but he just makes these absurd noises. They are funny, we just don't know why they're funny, and he also likes to thrust a lot. I mean, maybe his groin is out of control. Who knew that being a loon would work so well for you? But I will say this, Juice Robinson is way more interesting than he ever was, and he has absolutely found himself a slot, especially on that AEW Collision. So a round of applause to that guy. He went and figured it out. Number 9, Big Bill. So we don't need to play around with this one, because Big Bill, right now, right here, is bigger and better than ever. This goes right down to his physique, because he is just a specimen now. But every single thing he has done in the ring in 2023, well, it's been flubbing great. And it all started at the Double or Nothing Battle Royal, when we just let him kick everybody's ass, as he would do. But it's also been the fact that he's become a bit of a dick. Now look, that has been wonderful, some of the things he has said. You can also see that this had an impact, because from nowhere, all of a sudden the fans were clamoring for him when we put him in a tag team with Ricky Starks, and they became the tag team champions. I mean, that is wonderful. There was also still so much more we can do with him, especially because this is the version we do want. Future is bright. Number 8, Cameron Grimes. So I'm hoping I'm jumping the gun with this one. In a few months we can go, everything's all right in 2024. Right now, when it comes to a transformation, Cameron Grimes is going in reverse. Because ever since he was called up to the main roster, he hasn't really done anything, and we've kind of stripped his personality away. Like down in NXT, he was a happy-go-lucky guy, and then he became rich. And people would even insult him, and he'd be like, it doesn't matter. What happened to him? And sure, he was in a tag team with Dragon Lee recently, but it kind of felt like he was just in that match to take the pin. Although as we are talking about transformations, fair play to Mr. Grimes, because he has gone and gotten himself in fantastic shape. Given that this is WWE, that feels like yet another reason to get things rocking and rolling. I'm just going to keep everything crossed and close my eyes for some reason. I like Cameron Grimes. Give him a push. Number 7, Toni Storm. We are talking about favourite shifts in 2023. Bam. There it is. Because Toni Storm one day walked out and just went, listen, I'm really sad that I did lose my AEW World Championship, but I also realized that I'm actually a Hollywood superstar from the 1920s. I mean, of course. I mean, it really is a classic case of just embracing the character with 100% to the point the audience buys in too. And now, it doesn't actually matter if she's wrestling or not. I just want to see what shtick she's going to come up with. It also allowed her to leave the Outcast behind. It was absolutely the time. And don't forget, she's brilliant in the ring as well. So she's now ticking all the boxes. It has been such a success that I would continue to put the AEW Women's Championship on her, even though that doesn't make any sense. And it's yet more proof that funny does make money. As long as when you have a match, you just kick somebody's ass. Number 6, Roderick Strong. There was a reason that Maxwell Jacob Friedman thought that he could take these bland shots at Roderick Strong. That's because those meanies on the internet would say the same thing. But this was totally ignoring the fact that he was absolutely amazing in the ring. He's also a smart cookie, so he took all of this. What did he do in 2023? He made himself absolutely hilarious. All taking place after he suffered a devastating neck injury. He realized he would have to protect his neck, wear a neck brace at all times, and become neck strong. I mean, what a hero. He also remembered that Adam Cole was his best friend, and the best way to cement that relationship was to shout Adam constantly and get him to do household chores. Man, I really love wrestling. He also used all of this to infiltrate the MJF inner sanctum to keep that old feud going. So really, he has just pushed everything together now, and he's crossed the streets. Because he can be funny, he can be serious, and once again, he too can whoop your butt. This is why when we do arrive at this new year, I think Roderick Strong may be about to be better than ever. Number 5, MJF. So this is an interesting one, because really, Maxwell Jacob Friedman is the same person he always has been. Like, he's still a scumbag, he still cheats, he still likes to call us paws. The shift comes in the sense he's now fighting bad guys and embracing our cheers, and this is why he's so damn intelligent. Sometimes when wrestlers do go babyface or go heel, they do a 180 and it's not believable. He has just changed the little things So you're like, huh, well, I guess he turned over a new leaf. There's also emotion as ever that cemented this, because the real reason he wanted to walk the path of virtue was because he found his first ever real friend in Adam Cole. If that doesn't make you feel warm and fuzzy in your tum-tum or cry out of your seeing devices, I don't know what's wrong with you. It sounds somewhat silly too, but the pair have played it so perfectly, we all feel like we're a part of this. I mean, you remember that embrace at the end of All In? My word. The crazy thing too is that he could go back to being a bad guy and it would still work out. That's why it's been quite the transformation. Although while we are here, he should probably just be a hero for a good old while. I mean, watch the TV, it works. Now before John Cena. Well, who saw that coming? I mean, not John. Can't see him. But let us go back to 2021 when John Cena did make his surprise return at Money in the Bank. I mean, everybody went, oh my gosh, it's John Cena. But he was just John Cena. He was in the main event, he was taking on Roman Reigns. He felt like an over-the-top star. Jump forward to 2023 though, and he is a completely different version of himself. And you may actually call him a parody, but I don't mean that as an insult. Because given the fact that it is one of his final runs, Cena has decided to play this like, oh my gosh, I may never win again. And if this guy beats me, it may be the end of my career. So you kind of look at him like, well, Johnny, I don't think that is going to happen, but damn it, I'm with you. It's kind of humorous because he still does get these victories, but the fact that he is working people who are below the main event scene means they are getting elevated. And don't forget what he did for LA Knight. He basically passed in the torch. And I get why he probably didn't want to do this before, because wrestlers love to protect their spots. But given now there is no spot to protect because he is John Cena, Hollywood superstar, it just feels like he's giving back more than ever. I think it's all worked out brilliantly. Number 3, Konosuke Takeshita. This was one of those deals that made so much sense when we did pull the trigger, and we didn't really do anything with it. But Takeshita definitely needed something halfway through the year, and what AEW came up with was to turn him heel and ally him with Don Callis. And the reason this worked so well is because in the ring, he was still so damn aggressive. It was like, yeah, you are a bit of an asshole. Doing this transformation also allowed him to beat Kenny Omega twice, so you can't argue this wasn't a good idea. That alone justified it. He also wears an excellent mean grin, but yeah, for some reason, he just started hanging out in the background all the time, and he didn't really do much of anything. It was a real head scratcher. But that's not the kind of transformation you want to arrive at the end of the year, because it does feel like a wasted opportunity. I think I just said that, I'm repeating myself. But here's the real deal. Takeshita is so damn talented, it actually doesn't matter, because he is always going to fly. Number 2, Von Wagner. This is why NXT rules. Because during the 2.0 era, it's fair to say that Von Wagner was a little bit of a work in progress. I mean, that's the whole point, but he was green, and you put a microphone in his hand, and he kind of got scared a little bit. He was definitely finding his way between the ropes. And look, this is perfectly normal, but you get the deal. Wrestling is a very mean place. Von did get heaps better though when all of a sudden we turned him into a good guy, especially because he told us his very real story about being 15 months old and requiring a 14-hour brain operation. I mean, that is crazy. From that moment on, it was almost like Wagner was like, oh my gosh, I can speak from the heart. Within a few weeks, he became the man. But it was just so much more effective approaching everything from this way. It was almost a little bit like he was a gentle giant. He also destroys people when he is in the ring though, which has connected with the NXT faithful. And now he has all the cards in place to the point when it is time to call him up to the main roster, he'll be good to go. So it's almost like that we should be patient with these things. What a crazy thing to even suggest. Number 1, Christian Cage. I mean, let's look at it this way. If I had told you at the start of 2023 that Christian Cage would be one of the hottest heels in the business because he keeps threatening people's families and insulting the dead, you would have slapped me and been like, Simon, don't talk like that. But here we are and it's all true because Christian has become such a mega intense, deranged bad guy, he gets a reaction as soon as his music starts playing. I mean, this really does come down to the fact that nobody is entirely sure what he's going to do, and even though he is nearly 50 years of age, he is still having amazing matches. I mean, you can't tell me he's not one of the best of all time, because he is. His dedication to being as scummy as possible is something we could all learn from too, and he's taken the TNT title, he's totally revived it, to the point, if you put him in the main event, everybody just goes, yeah, of course. So if you want to say that he has nailed his fiction better than anybody over the last 12 months, I'm not going to argue with you. The really scary part is he's probably going to be better in 2024. I mean, finally people are understanding just how good he was and is. Just took us a long damn time to talk about it. Not many other wrestlers that have gone through amazing transformations in 2023. Make sure you let us know in the comments below before you like the video, share the video, and subscribe. And we'll what that is, then make sure you click the video on the screen, go follow us on social media, watch whatculture.com, and remember, given that we are at the end of the year, just have a damn good Christmas, New Year, December, January, whatever it is may be. I hope you have a smile on your face. And thank you for supporting us as always. I will see you very soon.